Hello, my friend. We are going to read a fun book today, and it's called Caps for Sale. And you might remember reading this story in Zoom, but we're going to read it again. All right. Do you remember what this book was about? On the cover, I see a man in the tree. And I see some mischievous monkeys peeking from around the tree. I wonder what those monkeys are up to. Caps for sale. Once there was a peddler who sold caps, but he wasn't like any ordinary peddler carrying wares on his back. He carried them on top of his head. Do you know what a peddler is? Can you say that word? Peddler. A peddler is a person who travels to sell things. So he's selling his caps. And first he checked his own cap, and then he had a bunch of gray caps and brown caps, blue caps, and at the very top, he carried red caps. The peddler walked up and down the streets, holding himself very straight and tall as to not upset his caps. That's a lot of caps. If he's not careful, he might knock them all down. As he went along, he called, "Caps, caps, caps for sale, 50 cents a cap." One morning, he couldn't sell any caps. Oh no. He walked up the street, he walked down the street, and he says, "Caps, caps, caps for sale, 50 cents a cap." But nobody wanted any caps that morning. Nobody wanted even a red cap. But he had no money for food, even though he was very hungry. How can the peddler get money for food? Yeah, he needs to sell his caps, right? That's how he makes money. The peddler makes money by selling his caps. "I think I'll go for a walk in the country," he said. And he walked out of town slowly, so not to upset his caps. He walked for a long time until he found a great big tree. He sat down very slowly under the tree and leaned back. Then he put his hand to feel his own cap, and then his gray caps and his brown caps and his red and his blue caps. And at the very top, he had his red caps. They were all there. So he went to sleep, and he slept for a long time. Oh, he stretched his arms. When he woke, he was feeling refreshed and rested. Do you notice anything missing? What's different about the peddler? Before he stood up, he felt with his hand to make sure his caps were in the right place. Are all his caps there? All he felt was his own cap. Oh no, where did his caps go? He's looking. Do you see him looking? He's looking to the left. He looked to the right. No caps. He looked to the back of him. No caps. He looked behind the tree. No caps. Oh my goodness, where could they be? Then he looked up in the tree. And what do you think he saw? Do you guys remember what the peddler saw up in the tree? Yeah, you're right. He saw all the monkeys. Oh my goodness, let's count the monkeys. There's a lot. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Count with me. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Wow, 16 monkeys. And on every branch sat a monkey, and on every monkey was a cap. The peddler looked up at the monkeys, and the monkeys looked down at the peddler. He didn't know what to do. And finally, the peddler spoke. He said, "You monkeys, you." See, he's waving his finger. Can you wave your finger at the monkeys like the peddler? "You monkeys, you," shaking his finger, "you give me back my caps." But the monkeys, they only shook their fingers. See them? They all are shaking their fingers, and they say, "Tis, tis, tis." Can you say that? "Tis, tis, tis." Yeah, that's what the monkey said. But this made the peddler very, very angry. So the peddler shook both his fists. Oh, he shook his fist like this. Do it with me. And he said, "You monkeys, you give me back my caps." But the monkeys only shook their hands back at him, and they said, "Tis, tis, tis." Yep. Now he felt quite angry. Oh, what's the peddler doing now? Yeah, he's stomping his feet. He said, "You monkeys, you give me back my caps," stomping his feet. So what did the monkeys do? Yeah, the monkeys stomped their feet. Those monkeys said, "Tis, tis, tis." It seems like the monkeys are copying the peddler. They're repeating everything he does. By this time, the peddler was really very, very angry. Oh, look at him. He stomped both his feet. And look, he looks like he's shaking his fist too. And he said, "You monkeys, you give me back my caps," he said. So what did the monkeys do? What do you think they did? Yeah, you're right. They shook their fist and stomped their feet and said, "Tis, tis, tis." Yep, that's what the monkeys say. At last he became so very angry, he took off his cap and threw it on the ground. If the peddler throws his cap on the ground, what do you think the monkeys will do? What do you think? Each monkey pulled off his cap. Yep, you're right. And threw them all on the ground. All the gray caps, all the brown caps, all the blue caps, and all the red caps came flying out of the tree. So the peddler picked up his caps and put them back on top of his head. Yep, that's where he wore them. He checked his own cap, and then he had the gray caps, and then the brown caps, and then the blue caps, and at the very top he wore red caps. And slowly, slowly, he walked back to town calling, "Caps, caps, caps for sale, 50 cents a cap." The end.